welcome to It's a Wrap. Today is Sunday, and I do apologize to everybody that Meet the Dog did not happen this week. That was definitely an oversight. So you have two dogs to meet today, of which you all know, and if they'll stay still long enough, you'll be able to meet them. Yes, come.
Lynn.
Yes,
Lynn.
oh.
Lynn, come. Whoa.
Hey.
Lynn. Come on.
Jess.
Lynn.
So here we have Jazz. Jazz is part of the Disney litter, and as you see, she's very energetic. I'm not sure what her weight was. That was something that they had talked during training talk. They let everybody know their weights. But Jazz has been going with me on Fridays to work with a little girl, and she has been doing very, very well. So hopefully, you know, it's going to be a hit or miss whether or not it would be a match or not. Kids take longer to train with dogs, so we'll have to see on that. But Jazz has been working with her, and it has been helping her out with her condition. So she's a very good girl. She's very opinionated. She's awesome doing things off leash. I'll go to the hotel and just work with Jazz off leash, and she stays right by my side, listens to all the commands, which has been beautiful. And then here we have Quinn, who absolutely hates his person, Elijah.
And I think he missed me.
So Quinn is going to give lots of lovings to Karen. Karen's helping me out today. And it's good to see Quinn. He looks great. Quinn went to a doctor, didn't he, this week?
Yeah.
And what was he had like a little cyst on his leg.
Nothing major. It will go away on its own.
There you go. So he said it was nothing major, nothing to worry about. It'll go away on its own. It's something that young dogs get. I'm thinking maybe something like what Anna had on her leg that ended up being absorbed into herself, but they said not to worry. So that is that. What happened today? We didn't have too much happening this week. Next week is going to be a busy week. We do have the OFA screening for the hearts, and they're also going to be drawing the blood for the autoimmune thyroidism. So that happens on Wednesday. So I will be sure that someone is here to do Meet the Dog, but we will be transporting the 4 dogs back and forth to the vet's office to get those things done. So hopefully we'll have results quickly. But we do have to send everything to the OFA to get them graded. Thank you for the ornaments. I have some coming in, which has been nice. They're beautiful. And Karen had a wonderful idea. She also mentioned that maybe we can decorate the tree with some little stuffed dog toys. So if you think that would be a good idea, see something really cute, and would like to send it in, that would be awesome. And that would help out with the tree decoration.
Yeah, Christmas tree themed.
Oh,
I mean, Christmas themed.
Christmas theme.
They asked us to get a little closer, so. Watch out, Quinn, back up. Good boy. I bet they can hear me, but I'll get closer.
But that echoes in here a little bit.
Yeah.
But we can't seem to get that Puppy Hill mic working and be consistent. So you're stuck with us here in the arena, but that's okay. It will be cool out there today.
If you have a question, now's the time to get them in.
Absolutely.
I'll tell a story while you do it. Elijah and I have been friends for years, and when I first met Quinn on Puppy Hill, when he was, I think, maybe a couple months old, I told Elijah he was one of my favorites. And then he knew that when it was finally said, okay, I think I'm ready for a new baby, and I was like, look at that. Quinn was one of the first to stop barking at me.
I still can't get the young stuff barking at me over here. One thing I did want to mention is we are going to have a big meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with all the house staff, the dog handlers, and the kennel assistants. You're going to be seeing some training. Some things are going to look a little bit like crazy happening, or a little fiasco-ish, I guess you want to call it. But we're going back to basics as far as training. And I met with Laura, who has been here since she was tiny. I met with Carlene. She had a little bit more input on it, which was great. And so you are going to be seeing a lot more training happening here on premises. You're going to be seeing a lot more training happening here in the arena. We just need to really work on these dogs. They're not recalling, they're not knowing their names. We're going to be doing a lot of things that Pam used to do that when she was no longer with us on the premises, I think fell through the cracks. Puppy feeding, spoon feeding up at the house more, doing more puppy marches, getting the puppy bus even, for the young dogs that can't quite make it down the driveway. So there are going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of, like I said, craziness at first until the puppies realize what's going on. We had a little bit of fiasco this morning, feeding with Sandy and one of the German girls. That had to be broken up, and they just all need work. They need a lot of work. They need their downstays. Even some of these bigger guys, they do recall nicely into the kennels. This one here is very opinionated at times, but she does come in. But it's the younger ones that really need it. It's the imports that need it, and it's our handlers need to go back to basics, start from the beginning, and just even if it's working on downstays, we can do it in the arena, we can do it in the guest house, we can do it wherever, and recalls and learning names, etc. So it's going to be a long meeting tomorrow morning, but it's going to happen, and hopefully you guys will be able to see more training here, more training out in the yard. So keep those cameras on and keep on watching.
Crafty would like to know what the deadline is to submit the ornaments.
We have until the beginning of December, so if we can work on it all throughout November and get those in, that would be great.
Let's say November 30th.
Yeah.
And someone asked how Capri is doing.
Capri's doing very well. She did go into heat. It's her second heat, and she's in her third day of it. I did call the doctor's office to make sure it was still okay to bring her in for her OFA screening for her heart, and she's going to be the first one. And then we'll start bringing the stud boys in after that. So we'll get her one and done and out of there before we bring the rest of the troops in. But Capri, she's a cute little spitfire. She's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Let's see if we got any more. One new comment. Christmas ornaments, TJ Maxx Tuesday morning Marshall sometimes have beautiful Annalee animal Christmas ornaments, all discounted prices.
Oh, there you go. Good to know.
Yep. I don't think I have any other questions.
Just, when I was doing it on Wednesday, it seemed like an 8 to 9 minute class.
8 to 9 minutes. Elijah's telling us there's an 8 to 9 minute delay, but I don't know.
All right, so I think Elijah should sing a dance for them while we're waiting for the questions.
Huh. What, we can work on your recall. You did good for recall training out there.
She's a good girl. She's a good
Seeing any more comments, questions? Christmas ornaments, how to breathe.
So here's a question for all the CPs out there watching. Who would you like to meet on Wednesday? So send your comments over to Karen, and she will let me know, and we'll see if we can make some magic happen.
Yeah. I got to see Anna today.
Oh, yes, little Anna. We do have a person interested in her who we're trying to get together, who is actually a vet tech over in Woburn. So if that works out, that would be great, because it's a lot of work having 2 mega dogs and working a full-time position, etc.
Well, it's not a question, but you need to hear this. We appreciate the work of all the trainers, volunteers, and staff. We understand the major changes at STP in the past 18 months have been a challenge.
Yes, they have. They sure have.
Winnie.
Okay.
Kind of likes everybody, it's not just me, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
Not
some events
special?
coming up, which is nice. We're going to be organizing those. Anything from Veterans Day, we have a ceremony that I'm hoping that we can get the dogs to attend. What else do we have coming up? We've even been asked by a TV station to come and do an Expo on us. So that is all things that are in the works. I feel like I'm on the phone 24/7 when I'm not running around here. Carlene's massive hayloft items under the big tent there, just about done. Just about gone. We saw some pretty funny things in there. I mean, that dog lobster costume just broke me.
Crafty is asking if Cabri is going to be bred this cycle, because people are questioning waiting till 18 months.
Correct. I am not sure, to be honest with you. It has a lot to do with what the report comes back to this week with her heart. It also depends on, we have one dog that we're looking at being a possible suitor, but I haven't seen the dog in a while, and I really would like the dog to come so I can really look the dog over before determining, because just because a dog is in heat doesn't mean it has to be bred. It would be nice to breed it, but if you can't complement the female with the male to know what the pups are going to look like, or if they're going to look disastrous, the conformation of them, it's not worth it. So we have time. We'll see what happens. This week is going to play an important role on that answer.
And Allie would like to know about Bianca. Will she be coming into heat soon, and will you breed her?
Again, Bianca's in the same boat as Capri. It all depends on what happens during the OFA screening. We still will have the hips to be done on her, and it would all depend on who the suitor would be. She doesn't go into heat though until I believe, I want to say January, if my calculations are right, when her last heat cycle was. And that was just her first heat cycle. So she could go in 6 months.
Yeah.
She may take her sweet time and go in 9 months, or she could go into heat tomorrow. Who knows? I mean, when you're dealing with these young pups,
Yeah.
it's unpredictable. I agree that they should be around a year and a half. I would preferably wait until their third heat cycle to give their organs a chance to really develop. But again, I'm consulting with Carlene, consulting with other vets, including George Meyer. So we will just see what happens. See what happens this week at our doctor's visit.
UCLA Mom wants to know if there are any younger dogs you think Wilson could play with.
Not yet.
Kind of little.
Wilson is very small. I think that Reese and Watson's litter, who was the Sandys,
Yeah.
were born his size. They were huge.
He's tiny.
He
Yeah,
is
he's
little.
tiny.
He's
Maybe Wanda.
She's a whippersnapper. So right now, I'm going to say no. He needs just to get acclimated. He needs more spoon feeding. He needs some more, just some more attention, and then we'll start him running around the house, doing some little puppy marches around the house and get him going before he even gets outside. So I'm thinking maybe we'll have to see. We'll have to see how quickly he grows. But he is definitely 8 weeks old. He's 8 weeks and now 3 days old. So I did have to check with that to make sure that we were right on target with his age.
White Birch asked if the potential suitor have all his medical tests.
Yes. This potential suitor that I have in mind has had his medical tests.
And someone's asking if it's Sir Richard.
It might be. We'll have to wait and see. We also have reached out to Denmark about any more imports from there. We're looking into possibly using a stud service also. So we're really looking at the lines, getting new lines in here, because that is very important.
I don't think this is a question. It just says, Lynn, weren't Paula and May's most recent litters born during the pandemic when there were limited people allowed in the house? That is true.
I do think that's true. Yep.
Have there been any instances of male dogs being used as studs for non-STP dogs while they are housed with people not closely involved with SDP?
So there.
They're asking if anyone who has a parked stud has used them for non-SDP.
As far as I know, no. And the only dog that we